Hello and welcome. This is Ayana Lahi, and I am so very happy that you are here with all of us together today. In this week's episode, we are diving into find your frequency and be in it. Your frequency is unique to you. You might feel an interconnection, an overlay, a meeting point with another person's frequency, and there is a meeting of hearts. The eyes glow, the heart connects, you know. You feel it, there's a warmth. There is an inner joy and happiness. There are people that you meet that just stare. They might look at you and not get who you are, what you're about. And you get used to it, or you shrink, or you walk away, or you inwardly go deeper inside to stay connected and be in your frequency. What is your frequency? Where does it come from? Your true frequency is the effervescent presence of who you truly are. It goes beyond time and space. It is who you are, your original spark of creation that you are, that could be thousands, tens and tens and tens of thousands of years since you've been a human being, or millions of years. Your frequency is the vibratory rate of your soul. Your soul, what is it? Your soul is the frequency of you. It is the full awakening, the full awakened, and the fully conscious you. You may not know what your soul's about. You may not have yet met your soul. You might be thinking that how you think is who you are. Now, your thinking process can support your frequency, your soul. You can choose to turn to serve it and stop serving yourself. For those of you who've been serving your mind, you realize that it pretty much is an ongoing loop. Never ends. It fills itself with the next thoughts of what it wants. And then you have those moments, many of you have them, of putting the mind aside and just feeling spirit, the river, the current that flows from the internal source. There's so many beings on planet Earth right now who are telling you how to find it, what you need to believe. What I want to share with you right now is that you're the one to open the door to it. Now, what gets in the way and makes things a little sticky is as you open the door to spirit, what happens is your emotional body opens. Now, you can keep it shut and controlled, which is what many religious belief systems actually do. And they focus you upon what you need to be doing, what kind of person you should be, instead of going through the doorways into you. And to go through the doorways into you, you have to establish the relationship with the divine within you. a true awakener or teacher will always help you to find your frequency. It's not about believing something outside of yourself and taking that on. Within inside of you is the core life, source, God, infinite, universal, natural, real, beyond the world of pain, separation, suffering, duality. Through those doorways, you come into this vast open place. You go, how do I get through here? You ask for the help and the support from God itself. And when you are linked in to God directly, whether it started with your love with music, with rhyme and poetry, lyrics, great writing, hiking, elevating up to heights, climbing mountains, skydiving, scuba diving, having a baby, making a delicious dinner for friends or family, coming out of the fog of what you've believed, taking a risk to get to know yourself. You have to find your frequency. And as you move forward and through the false reality inside of you, what you have made up to believe is real, where you have overly controlled your reality because perhaps as a child it felt so out of control that you spend most of your time avoiding or denying or controlling. But if someone asked if you did, you'd go, nah, no way. But how do you run? How do you deny? How do you shut down? And who in your life can you open to? The first place to start is to open into you, to find the you that has been lost and confused, forgotten about, abandoned, betrayed, rejected, ABR, abandoned, betrayed, rejected, and listen, make friends. Hold that door open to you. You're the one who decides to open or close the door. As you come home to you, meaning you're walking in a new direction, instead of walking away from yourself, you are walking towards you. And there can be confusions and fears in front of that. And that comes from the mind. The way that you move through that is going into your body. Your body always knows the truth. You know that phrase, your body doesn't lie? Every illness or disease has some level of mind, body, nervous system aberration. Sort of like a bump on the road. And those bumps collect over lifetimes. It might be a wound that we're carrying that's not dealt with. The mind, your mind, must let go into something. So at first, your mind begins to feel safe by letting go into source itself. You don't ever want to just not know what the source is before you surrender yourself over. You want to have a sure footing inside yourself through how you serve the truth of God with a loving presence within you. As you open to that light within you and the dark begins to melt off of you, it dissolves so that you can open into who you truly are and then begin that journey through those gateways inside of yourself so that you are entering into your higher aspect step by step and your true frequency can open. This era of time now and for the next few hundred years is all about frequency. How you are in relationship to that tonal sound within you, the internal light that can be blindingly bright, that can bring so much health and rejuvenation, inspiration, ideas, creativity is now. As the walls melt in ourself so that we can receive ourself, the walls between ourselves and others can dissolve while we are connected to the brilliant logic and intellect that is at a higher frequency, a higher notch, a higher level when you are connected into the source within you. You have to walk your path, your truth. You have to establish a trust with the source and how it guides you from within. If you're caught with trying to please others, you can't make it. You have to have your own barometer truth system that has evolved through you opening up your pain levels inside of you so that you are not empowering the frequency of your ego self, the mind level that lives in fear, that needs to be in control and manipulate. You can spend your life facing your own denial system, facing how you have manipulated in order to not face yourself. And as you choose to reach towards your true frequency, and you spend time touching into that light within you every day, you begin to establish a connection with the light within you. There is a frequency of darkness which we see in the world, and now it's your time, if you choose, to grab the opportunity to get to know the frequency of light so that you can transform what is in the shadow of you. The shadow meaning the parts of you that have not yet been introduced and embraced in the light within inside of yourself. To successfully do, D-O, in quotes, do this, it takes your relationship with your infinite source, the infinite, expanding and contracting, steady, still place of power within you so that you drop down into yourself and find the place where everything is nothing. And in that nothing, you can hang out in there in your contemplation meditation time and then allow your heart to open in the light so that you become a vessel and an interpreter, an expresser, a self-initiator of transforming what has not yet been experienced inside of you, and embrace it into light. You have the ability to shift and change everything within you. Things we don't know how. We weren't taught. It's not just about thinking and seeing an image that was popular back in the 1990s and early 2000s. This is now about becoming one in your frequency. The frequency builds until over time you lose yourself. You let go into the frequency of who you are, and you choose what to say, what actions to follow in your life, what you eat, what you do not eat, what you drink, what you do not drink, what you choose to put your energies into. And pay attention to what you are serving. Are you serving a negative cause, a belief system, a family structure, a way of thinking, a political perspective that is based upon anything other than the true frequency of the heart, the soul, and the body connected? You have the freedom to find your frequency. The first time I met a Tibetan Lama who had spent 20 years in a prison, and yes, he was in a cell with another Tibetan Lama, and they spent those 20 years mastering their frequency. Had a huge effect on me to be in the presence of this being, how steady he is, and his longevity is great. It takes time, commitment to develop to be that steadfast, staying with in ourself. So when you find your true frequency, don't leave it. Honor it. Build your life around it. You first find it in your heart. You first find it by seeking, looking, gazing into a flicker of light in your heart center. And let your mind stay steady in it, with it. Become that light and give permission for it to grow. Remember, you're the one who allows. You are the one who opens the door. You're the one who chooses to close your door. What does it feel like to keep the door open to the light that you are, the light within you? And to allow that light to give you courage, the strength, the commitment, and the determination to really show up for you. Because we all have fear. Always the fear of what's going to happen. When we stay present in connection with your frequency, when we stay honoring our own frequency, we know that our frequency, your frequency, will touch another person. It will have an effect because you are practicing being with you. You are honoring your connection, your relationship, your responsibility to you that has been on the planet for a long, long time. And you now have the choice of what frequency you're going to follow. And that is one of the gifts of life. You have a choice of what frequency you will be true to. And once you find your frequency, align in it, meaning you're grokked in, you put your full self into it, and then your alignment with the frequency of the true light that you are is connected to from higher beings in higher dimensions. And when truly blessed, a particular master who's not a fake master comes in your life, and God itself. I'd love to invite you to check out my website, IanaLahi, IANALAHI.com, and come receive, come take of what is there. With the membership program, the Evolutionary Empowerment Global Village membership, and when you subscribe, you'll receive a free course, a 52-week video course delivered in your inbox every Saturday. Living from your wild heart. And you are given teaching and meditation and a movement each week. I do this because of my love for humanity and the purpose of my being in this lifetime is to realize all that I can in this life and open the door for you completely to experience and go completely into being whole and then one with you, so that you are connected in with your infinite, beautiful source. May love surround you. Thank you so much for being here with all of us. Sending you much, much love. Until next time, this is Ayana Lahi.